Hey, welcome to another Growing as an Artist. Um, yeah, as another video where I'm gonna try to paint something live, talk about it. Hopefully not for too long, and hopefully not with too many mistakes. Anyways, um, yeah, I'm Cuervo27. I like to draw dope stuff, and today I want to just do something simple. I found a reference of one of my favorite vegetables on Pinterest, and I figured this would make like an easy little painting to do, drawing. Like paint along, draw along, chill out, whatever. Like maybe you just like hearing me ramble while I paint or whatever. But yeah, still something I need to experiment with as far as like a video series, but it feels chill, like something I should explore more. And as far as my reference and stuff, I just found this on Pinterest. You know, I think bell peppers are underrated as a vegetable. I think they're pretty dope, but I guess that's besides the point. Anyways, let's stop procrastinating. I'm gonna set this timer for 30 minutes. Um, and it has a bad habit of not going off or making a noise when it's done, but hopefully we can rectify that today. And yeah, let's get to it. So maybe I'll just try this pop-out mode sort of thing. Can I make this any smaller? Probably no, it doesn't look like it. Okay, well, we'll just put that there then. Okay, well, so let's have that back, and just gonna start with just a loose sketch. You might notice I'm using Metal Dory's brushes from his Meds Map pack. I have bought and completed most of Meds Map. I haven't technically finished it. I have gone through pretty much all of it, but not really the newer stuff as of late. Yeah, let's just restart that. And I did learn a lot of like painting. Like it is like a painting course there, and it's pretty good. If you have a handle on digital painting, but still consider yourself a beginner, pretty good go-to. I don't know if I'd recommend it for an absolute beginner, but definitely definitely worth it in terms of what you'll learn and what you can get out of it. But yeah, I'm just starting here. I'm probably being a little more detailed with my initial sketch than I need to be, but just trying to get this, bell pepper shape. Trying to design it a little more, not just copy what it is I'm seeing. And actually, yeah, shadow there. But anyways, yeah, this is a technique reminiscent of what I learned in Meds Map. If you're not familiar with Ahmed Aldori, a very very skilled artist, very accomplished painter. Definitely enjoy him and his content. He seems like a really chill guy. I haven't gotten to meet him personally. I've seen him paint and demo live at Lightbox. I got to like ask him a question while he was demoing, but I haven't really had the pleasure of just getting to like shake his hand and saying what's up, that kind of thing. Um, let's let's make this smaller. I have a pretty bad habit of drawing pretty big. You'll see me working zoomed out here, um, and resizing. So I'm still learning, still getting over it. But so we have this table in the background, cutting through about that, or about that first third of the canvas. And then we have these form lines, but the light's coming from here, and I have these shadows coming from the other side of these rounded ridges here and just going over these to indicate shadow edges, where just something to separate lights from darks, and even in this particular part, you can squint, you sort of see this light, dark, and this sort of mid value coming in here, but yeah, just blocking these out a little bit, giving myself something here. And then this cash shadow. But anyways, I'm a little disappointed with myself today. I wanted to make this video a lot sooner in the day. I wanted to make this video as my warm up, and I wanted to get the streaming art, but most of the day I was just distracted, caught up in YouTube drama and just, well, I guess it's not all YouTube drama, but with just so much stuff going on in the world today, it's a surprise that, no, well, it's not a surprise that so many people are distracted and have a hard time concentrating and just remembering things, or at least I do, but regardless, this whole mrbeast thing just turning into a dumpster fire, and more allegations are coming out, and just so much stuff. And I've never even watched mrbeast content. I had heard about him, and I once I've like heard what kind of content he makes, it's like, oh, okay, well, it's like sort of a blank check channel, right? Where it's just like, let's just do the craziest shit without any sort of regard for, money, budget, or whatever, just the craziest shit. And, he commands a large audience, but no one's pretending that that's an audience of entertained adults, right? But I guess that's why these allegations are so crazy, because, like, all this shit's happening, and the guy's supposed to be running a business that typically caters to the attentions of minors, pretty much, or young teenagers, young adults. But, just all this stuff coming out with him. It's crazy. You just, you hear about, like I grew up in the 90s. I was around, like, before YouTube came around and when it was popping off, and, just, it's crazy because, like, there's people who've been on YouTube for a long time, and it's like, even if you don't, know who they are or follow them or something, you, like, hear about them and know about them, but it's like mrbeast. It's like, almost everybody knows about him, right? And even if you don't, like, see his content, the gist, right? Or at least it'd be hard to, like, the guy sells food, candy bars, this fucking stem is gross. I gotta fix this. But it's just like, he's kind of everywhere nowadays, right? And I remember, I think it was a couple months back, I watched some fucking video. I think it was by Eddie Burback. He's great content too, great videos. Talking about, like, how ghost kitchens and stuff, but, like, I'm pretty sure it mentioned how mrbeast has ghost kitchens for his restaurant train. Like, there's no physical restaurants, so it's just shady shit like that, and like, all of that and all these other anecdotal and corroborating stories are just falling out of everywhere, and people are trying to get their 2 cents in to try and cash in on just all this drama, and who could blame them, right? It's just like, when the biggest animal on the savannah starts feeling sick and like it's gonna go down, like, I'd imagine more than vultures would just be hanging out on the sidelines, right? Like, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I never checked out his content or anything, but seeing clips of it and stuff like that, it's just like, yeah, this shit's like, it's funny because you'll see people watch it and talk about, yeah, the editing's so great, and it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of, like, decent editing and effects, but it's like, that doesn't make good content. That just makes it like not as I don't know, immature as it might be. Maybe that's not the right way to put it. You know, think of like, I guess it's appropriate since he's accused of like, encouraging kids to gamble. But if you think of a slot machine, I don't, if you've ever been to a casino or seen a slot machine, they're they're not ugly. They're supposed to be pretty, enticing, light up with a lot of sound effects and feedback. Or like maybe if you've ever seen pachinko, same thing. But the idea, with any like sort of thing is that like it wouldn't be as effective if it was just a very plain black and white like bar cherry, cherry like very very plain. Like people would certainly get sick of it and at the very least recognize like how bad it is for you if it's so monotonous, right? But looking at like this content of just like surviving for so long, like, and it's all these crazy challenges, and it's like I fucking built wells in Africa and let kids see and shit, and it's just like, what the fuck, like, I, it's just kind of crazy, right? Like, it really like when I heard about it, it's just like the guy must think he's like Richie Rich or like the kid from Blank Check, not because like he's flush with cash or the richest person in the world, but it's just like, I got enough money to fuck around and do something stupid and wasteful that could, hurt the environment, but it'd make a decent 20-minute video. Let's do it, and it's like that's to me, it's just like, yeah, Mr. Beast probably isn't the best guy. I don't know him personally, but you look at content like that, and it's like, of course, someone's gonna make that. Like, if Jimmy didn't do it, then like someone else would, right? But yeah, it's a shame because it's like when you're like the biggest creator and he has so many other like YouTubers working with him and for him, and it's just like you feel bad for him because it's like how many of them like know about this, like, or if they knew about these allegations and all this crazy shit, would they like still be there? And like, truth be told, I mean, they probably would. He's that big. It's just like I think even Ludwig was saying like, his most popular video was the one he did with like Mr. Beast. So he even had to fucking try and get some shit off his shoes before everyone came home. So it's just I don't know. It's a lot to take in, because it's like, yeah, this guy's probably a piece of shit, and I'm sure a lot of the people like he had working for him probably aren't much better either. And I'm sure there's just as many people working for him that probably had better intentions or weren't trying to fool anybody or anything like that. But gosh, it's just it you know I feel like this is one of those things where it's only going to get worse before it gets better, and it's just like there are so many YouTubers who have collabed or worked with him and just have been in his videos, have their name with him and stuff, and like he's in their videos or they're in his videos, and it's like the repercussions. It's just like how far reaching of an effect is this going to have, not only on the other YouTubers that he's worked with, but people are also saying effects of this in terms of a second adpocalypse, in terms of sponsors reconsidering YouTube as a platform, as a safe advertising platform. But who knows? It's kind of sad to say, but when you're that big, like just essentially like the biggest, like what does anybody do? Like, there's kind of a conspiracy going around that YouTube will have to like do as much damage control for Mr. Beast as they can, just because he's kind of their golden child. It's like he's probably one of the reasons they have as many servers as they have. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just like it's weird because it's like you want to see where this goes. Like what is the what is the town that gets flooded from this dam breaking, right? Like, because something's got to give from all of this, right? Hopefully, better standards and practices for like YouTuber employers, but also, I don't know. It seems like the thing that's surprising me most is like this guy was just like employing friends and like his employees and just local people and like sort of like lying and fixing and fucking shit and like fucking over people for such a long time, and it's like nobody caught wind of this, like nobody like was like outing him. And I don't know, maybe there's smaller people, and it seems like a lot more people are coming out like I said this shit in 2017, like, but I don't know, it just seems crazy that there's like more and more and more and more, and it's like this person was like this. I don't know, it's just crazy, it's just like it's spiraling out of control, and it's just like at what point do you know I call it damage control, taking responsibility, and at what point is it like having to just rebrand, like give up, it's like start the new channel and just because even with the completionist, I still can't fucking believe that shit. Like he got away with charity fraud. Like as far as I know, like he still has his YouTube channel, he's still making videos, and he's still got plenty of fans, and he's hasn't served any jail time as far as I'm aware. Um, but in the same token, at least that charity got a nice big donation. But he lied to people for years, like, and not just like the number 4 years, like numerous years. He lied to not only his fans but generous people trying to give towards a cause they believe in. And that's just charity. But it's like this fucking knucklehead is commanding like the youth of like America, just straight up, just commanding all of that attention in like their parents' wallets. And it's just the craziest shit you hear, and that's just, I guess I'm just trying to validate being distracted all day watching stupid ass YouTuber drama, but it's like, I didn't even fucking know. Mr. Beast sent out a tweet to his fans to go fucking clean up and rearrange his chocolate bar sections in fucking Walmart, and even added in like, yeah, if you want to throw the Hershey shit over in the sides, I'll be happy. Like, what? Like that shit's real. You can like look it up and go see it. He dead ass like, and bear in mind this is a guy who knows like his core audience is fucking minors. They're kids. They're the people like he made all this candy and shit for, all these dumb videos and explosions and like video effects. Like adults don't need crazy zoom edits and dub overs and like After Effects fucking showcases. Like they want like good art. You know, kids want something cool and flashy because they're gonna forget about it in 3 days. uh, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I can't say I knew all along because that's like I said, I never watched his content. I didn't really give a fuck about who the guy was, and I guess I'm all the better for it. Um, I gotta speed this up. Let's see. Let's put this here. Get this tabletop in. But yeah, I've been pretty distracted today. That happens. It's okay. You gotta be compassionate with yourself when you can. Especially when you're trying to better yourself. It's easy to come down hard on yourself. It's a lot more difficult and challenging to be your own coach and to be in your own corner. So I gotta try to practice that a little bit more. But yeah, I've been caught up in all of that, and stuff going on with Ukraine. Like they're doing a special military operation in fucking what you call Russia. That what? And it's just like it's just too much going on. Just too much. Um, Yeah, I don't know. But trying trying to get back to the art, the stuff that actually matters. Something I could look at and have it bring me joy, and hopefully you some joy. But yeah, it's just it's been hard to concentrate. I gotta start getting back into having a routine. It's so easy to develop one and fall out of it. You develop a routine and think you're set, and then you just don't give it as much energy as you think you need to, and you fall right back off. But like I said, it's easy to hold things against yourself. It's a lot trickier, but more worthwhile if you're able to try and learn from yourself. Question those things, investigate them. With an open mind. Without any kind of judgment, good or bad. But that's hard. It takes strength to want to better yourself, but it takes so much more to deal with what comes along besides that. The challenges of growing. It's easy to want to say I want to get better and be better, but it's on you to be the better person you want to be. No one can really define that for you. And so you're gonna have to want it. I guess that's why I'm here painting. Starting to feel pretty down on myself because I hadn't gotten anything done today, but it's alright. Because I'm trying now. Hopefully not boring everybody. Well, I guess some orange in there. Bump up that a little bit. This really is way more yellow. It's like neon. But yeah, I like bell pepper. I like that they come in a beautiful variety of colors. I like that they're good raw. They have a nice texture and snap. Really good in stir fry. Probably one of my favorite stir fry vegetables. And yeah, I don't know. They got a cool design too, right? And thankfully, they're another one of those vegetables that'll keep for a while. They don't. I haven't had too many bell peppers that I bought that are just rotted the day after I bought them, right? So it's always kind of cool. Get some darker green here. Looking a little more like a pumpkin. It kind of looks like a bell pepper, I guess. Try to get a little bit of that line. Hmm. Well, yeah. Well, hopefully, you guys aren't too distracted. And it's okay if you are. It's something I've been learning more and more is that it's a wonderful idea to be mindful in every movement, but I don't know if humans are meant to operate like that. You gotta decide what it is that moves you to be who you are, and to try to do it unafraid and happily. Okay, let's throw this down here. I gotta get this going. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I gotta get an extra layer. Okay. Got that. Okay, let's just do this. And then grab this. Yeah, darkening up this background, help that yellow pop out just a little bit more. Okay, and throw a little bit of this down here. That there. Let's zoom in a little bit. Get a little more orange. There you go. Here. Okay, I'll put this behind here. I gotta get some shadow on this green. One critique you might have for me so far is that I don't still have much of a developed workflow here. You know, I went from sketch to just sort of laying in tones, but yeah. And grab that, throw it right here, and then like a lighter mint kind of color or something like that. That rocks into there. And then we can throw a little highlight on there. Yeah, we only got a couple minutes left here. Hopefully this will give it a nice pop. And then what I can do is grab like a soft, yeah, I'll grab a soft round, sort of these highlights. Give it a little bit of a glow. A little bit here just to make this cast shadow stand out a little bit. Here just to help this divide. We'll take a little bit of this just to help reinforce some of these core shadows. And then here a little bit. Knock this down and then grab this. I don't want it to be completely red like that, but I want that in there just a little bit. Okay, throw that down and then maybe try and grab that. Maybe more of like this. Something more like that. It's got sort of this bounce. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, well, so that was about 30 minutes. Yeah, that's not bad, you know, for pretty much like the first thing I painted today. I didn't really warm up before this. I doodled some graffiti a little bit, but yeah, well, there you go. That should be it for another episode of Growing as an Artist. We'll go ahead and just throw a signature on here. I'll just do the Bob Ross red. Anyways, I'd like to think I feel a little bit better. I think I do. And, you know, if you're feeling distracted, like you haven't been able to do the thing you want to do, or you're caught up in something, you know, it's all right. And just, you know, don't be too hard on yourself. But, you know, also, don't let yourself flounder, you know. Do what it takes to get you to do what you love. And, you know, don't be too hard on yourself. But, anyway, I think this reads well enough. Not so accurate to the reference, but yeah, that looks like a bell pepper enough to me. So I think we'll call this done. Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and save it, but before I head out, I'd just like to let you know that if you haven't heard it yet today, you are appreciated, you are enough, and you are your own tickets to the dope show. My name is Cuervo, and I'll catch y'all later.